With economic liberalization acting as a catalyst, India's industrial scene is witnessing sweeping changes. Several core industries have begun to register rapid growth thanks to the advent of new technologies and a high degree of automation for complex processes. Supporting the emergence of the new technologies and processes is a wide array of process control instrumentation and fluid measurement systems. No wonder today's control valve industry alone is having an annual sales turnover of 7,500 million rupees, an industrial sector where there is stiff competition between foreign and domestic manufacturers.
Expertise. Any company would depend on it in every area of operation, be it research and development, production, product approval tests, advertising, marketing, or even management in general. While experts guide you through the complexities of business management, at the shop floor level, measuring instruments are indispensable for the working of your plant.
One has to rely heavily, maybe a bit too heavily, on a variety of meters with flow computers, say for instance, for tracking critical aspects of flow. And meters can lose accuracy, fail or develop snags. In an era where the ISO 9000 is the norm rather than the exception, an inaccurate meter can cost you heavily, both in terms of quality and production. Now you have an idea of how big a discrepancy an inaccurate meter can make in the custody transfer between multinational oil sectors transacting liquid gold. How then do you prevent inaccurate metering? Obviously by calibrating and testing the uncertainty levels of flow measurement devices.
The next obvious question is who will do it? Well, one option is to ship the entire array of meters to the laboratories abroad, but that would entail the payment of a hefty fee. In addition, we would have to wait for the meters to be returned at their own sweet will.
Or you could come to the Fluid Control Research Institute, Palghat, the first of its kind in Southeast Asia, where you can get your meters tested to the same level of accuracy as at international laboratories, but at less than half the cost abroad and in a shorter period of time. Instead of flying their flock of meters to the USA for calibration, Air India now brings them to the Fcri at Palghat, Kerala. An inter-laboratory comparison test with some of the major international laboratories like the National Engineering Laboratory in the UK, Delft Hydraulics Laboratory in the Netherlands, and the Danish Technological Institute in Denmark has shown that the Fcri is on par with all of them. And in this part of the world, this institute is the only agency which can provide unbroken chains between every single measurement and corresponding national standards as specified by the ISO 9000 norms. It may also be noted that this world-class laboratory is accredited as per the National Accreditation Board for Laboratories norms, which is the ISO IEC quality gradation specification applicable to the laboratories in India.
But while talking about flow, correcting measurement error will solve only part of your problem. Just think of what a poorly designed control unit or valve can do to your bottom line. The Institute has been rendering services to solve all such problems. Established with the international expertise of UNIDO and functioning under the Ministry of Industry, the Institute is a one-stop shop for all your flow-related problems.
The objectives of Fcri are sponsored research, development, engineering, consultancy in flow measurement and control, calibration and testing of flow products as per international standards, and training programs in flow engineering. The major sponsored assignments of the Fcri are development of a non-slam, non-return valve for the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpakkam, pump intake model studies by Jyoti Limited, Baroda for MSEB and ONGC at the Fcri, design and development of test rig for special purpose valves for the Defense Bioengineering Group, Flow modeling and calibration of averaging pitot probe for flow measurement under EIL inspection for Cochin Refineries Limited, Cochin. Inspection of natural gas metering installations of the ONGC and GAIL. Flow modeling study of heat exchanger for the IGCAR Kalpakam. And development of non-intrusive diagnostic techniques for check valves for the Board of Research in Nuclear Sciences, Mumbai.
Come, let us look around at some of our laboratories and facilities. The Water Flow Laboratory. This is one of our major facilities.
These are test rigs used for high-precision calibration of flow devices like turbine flow meters, electromagnetic flow meters, etc. Various tests for different types of valves and pipe fittings are also done using these rigs. They are also used for flow measurement and control investigations. The laboratory uses the gravimetric static method as per ISO 4185 standards for the measurement of the flow rate. As per the mandatory requirement for such a system, every measurement made in this framework can be traced to the National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi. The overall uncertainty in measurement is limited to less than plus or minus 0.2% at 95% confidence level. The FCRI has undertaken the testing of water monitors, foam monitors and alarm valves used in the fire protection systems for a fire protection equipment manufacturing organization. The testing was carried out at this institute as per the US Underwriters Laboratory standards. For one such case, the testing of a 75mm water monitor is being witnessed by an inspection authority from Underwriters Laboratory, USA. Instrumentation Limited, Palghat, and Mill Controls Limited, Alvey, manufacturers of control valves, would vouch for the capabilities of the FCRI. The 2-decade-old Instrumentation Limited, which accords the highest priority to the quality of its products, has been getting its control valves tested and certified at the Water Flow Laboratory of the FCRI. The same is the case with Mill Controls. The institute has also been performing periodic calibration of Mill's metrological instruments for the ISO 9000 certification.
Now wait a minute. You may like to know the meaning of the term uncertainty used earlier. Let's try to understand this before moving on. It is a better practice to use the term uncertainty instead of the term accuracy, because accuracy has many connotations. The term uncertainty means the interval around which the true value of a quantity being measured is expected to lie with a stated probability. The stated probability or confidence level used to calculate uncertainty is 95% as per ISO standards.
For the technically minded, the uncertainty function has two components: random uncertainty and systematic uncertainty. Random uncertainty is associated with random error. Its effects can be minimized by increasing the number of measurements. Systematic uncertainty associated with systematic error cannot be reduced by increasing the number of measurements. On the other hand, accuracy is the difference between the measured value and the true value of the quantity measured.
Let us now move on to the oil flow laboratory.
This laboratory is one of the major reasons why Enron, Air India, ONGC, etc. chose to avail FCRI's facilities. Established for precision-grade testing and calibration of flow products in the oil medium, the lab generally uses aviation turbine fuel as the flow medium. But if there are requirements for testing in a specific kind of oil, it is arranged for such special cases. FMC Sanmar, Trichy, manufacturers of positive displacement flow meters for liquid application in collaboration with Smith Meters USA, gets its master meters and volume tanks periodically calibrated at this lab. A series of tests as per OIML standards were conducted at the lab for model approval of their meter by the Department of Weights and Measures under the Union Ministry of Civil Supplies, Government of India. As in the case of the water flow lab, here too, the gravimetric method is used for flow measurement. Again, the uncertainty level is better than plus or minus 0.2%.
Next, let's take a look at the airflow laboratories. To conform to ISO norms, the airflow laboratories are maintained under controlled conditions with temperature at 25 degrees Celsius and relative humidity at 55%.
The tests conducted here include primary calibration of meters up to 40 cubic meter per hour, secondary calibration of meters up to 300 cubic meter per hour at pressures up to 7 bar, calibration of flow meters up to 10,000 cubic meter per hour at near ambient pressures and for pipes of diameters up to 16 inches, testing of pipeline components like filters, bends and straighteners, and control valve testing and pressure recovery studies. This is the primary airflow laboratory. It houses a bell prover, soap film burettes, and a high accuracy calibration setup with piston prover for primary flow meter calibration. It is equipped with high precision flow devices for assuring the quality of flow metrology and undertakes primary calibration of master flow meters and working standard flow meters. A bank of sonic nozzles and turbine flow meters are the main working standards in the secondary airflow laboratory. The FCRI has taken up a project on wave energy in collaboration with the National Institute of Ocean Technology, Chennai, for developing a special type of probe for measuring the oscillating flow in the wave energy basin at Thiruvananthapuram. This meter has been successfully used on the wave energy turbine installed in the sea near Thiruvananthapuram. The high-pressure airflow laboratory tests safety relief valves and meters at high pressure. The safety relief valve for mobile LPG tanks was tested for flow up to 20,000 cubic feet per minute at pressure up to 247 pounds per square inch. Flow, pressure, temperature and valve stem lift were recorded every millionth of second. The facilities provide absolute standards against which small air or gas meters can be calibrated at high pressures.
The water, oil and airflow laboratories make up the Institute's major facilities. But it also has 4 supporting laboratories: the Physical Standards Laboratory, the Instrumentation Laboratory, the Noise and Vibration Laboratory, and the Materials Testing Laboratory.
The Physical Standards Laboratory maintains the FCRI's primary standards of length, mass, time, temperature, volume, pressure, speed, and relative humidity. The primary standard equipments are calibrated periodically at the National Physical Laboratory, New Delhi, thus ensuring the FCRI's measurement traceability to national standards. The Instrumentation Laboratory undertakes design and development of signal conditioning and signal processing boards which go as part of the newly developed flow products. The lab also has facilities for calibration of electrical parameters using a multifunction calibrator. This is the Noise and Vibration Laboratory. It has specialized facilities for measurement of noise and vibration, both due to aerodynamic and hydrodynamic causes. Starting from microphones and accelerometers for basic measurement, a host of instruments for signal conditioning and analysis, and a torque transducer calibration setup form part of the equipment available with the laboratory.
The Material Testing Laboratory undertakes detailed studies to combat corrosion, erosion and cavitation often encountered in the application of valves for severe media. The laboratory also has an environmental chamber designed for testing under specified conditions of temperature and humidity.
The software group of the institute has developed software for various functions related to flow meters and control valves. The CAD Center uses special software for design and analysis using finite element method and other techniques. Some of the software, such as the FMSEL, for selection and sizing of all kinds of flow meter, which also designs orifice plate flow meters, and similar software, AutoValve for selection and sizing of valves, have been developed by the Fcri. The major institutions which are closely associated with the Fcri in this area include the Indira Gandhi Center for Atomic Research, Kalpagam, for which the Fcri undertakes sponsored projects relating to flow measurement, studies on heat exchanger and other similar equipment. LGI Compressors, major manufacturers of compressors in India, and OMA Actuators, manufacturers of electrical actuators for control valves. As seen here, all our laboratories and facilities are ever ready to take up and solve your problems in flow and related areas. But in case it is difficult to shift the valve or meter from the site, then on-site testing or calibration is taken up, as the case may be. The Institute can also help out in indigenization. These flow nozzles, which used to be imported from Germany, are now designed and tested by the Institute and are being manufactured in India by Instrumentation Limited, Palghat. The nozzles supplied to NTPC are designed and tested at the Institute. In know-how transfer, the Institute has developed flow products like cone flow meter and transferred the technology to Eureka Industries. Thermal mass flow meters have also been developed for nuclear applications.
Fcri can also help in resolving some thorny problems. Take, for instance, the arbitration of disputes relating to natural gas flow measurement, say between a customer and a supplier. Fcri in such cases can act as an arbitrator.
The Institute conducts regular national and international training courses and workshops in the area of flow management and control. Engineers and technicians will find these courses invaluable. About 40 national level courses for more than 700 engineers and about 8 courses for 75 personnel from developing countries under the aegis of the Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India, UNIDO, etc. have been conducted so far. Apart from this, specialized courses for senior level executives of corporate sectors like GAIL and the ONGC are regularly conducted. The expertise they gain will make life easier, besides brightening up the balance sheet. In order to keep abreast with the state-of-the-art technology in flow measurement and control, the Institute has a library and a documentation center. Take a look at our corporate clientele: Reliance, ONGC, Bhilai Steel Plant, BHEL, Mangalore Refineries, IPCL, Cochin Refineries, HAL, ITI, and many, many more. Recently, when European Oil decided to set up shop in India, they chose us to meet their flow measurement and testing needs. Fcri has evolved an efficient system for marketing its facilities, for industrial R&D, testing and calibration. Over the years, an effective method for transfer of technology to industries has been evolved to help manufacturing units make use of the fruits of R&D efforts. Listen to the chief executives of some of our important clientele.
We are certainly happy with Fcri's customer service. They have been prompt, responsive, and customer friendly. For our critical equipment, we have always looked upon Fcri to validate and calibrate our measuring instruments so that the finished product made by us is at par with the international standards.
It is one of the best institutes of its kind in the country and compares well with similar institutes and facilities abroad.
Fcri facilities have been greatly helpful to our testing and calibration of our instruments, in turn which is used for testing in our ISO 9000 requirements.
Fcri registered under the Societies Registration Act, is an independent organization. Its affairs and activities are managed by a duly constituted governing council comprising of representatives of the Government of India and user industries in the public and private sectors. A technical advisory committee comprising experts from research institutions, manufacturing units and user industries has also been formed to guide and assist the institute in the technical and research activities. Guided by the Governing Council and the Technology Advisory Committee, our engineers, many of them trained abroad, take up sponsored projects providing customized solutions of your flow-related problems. The quality consciousness of FCRI has resulted in the formation of an internal quality auditors group, which keeps a close watch on every activity that takes place under the FCRI roof. Air India, ONGC, GAIL, IPCL, BHEL, HAL, and many other industrial giants in our country have already found out that FCRI is an inalienable part of the fluid flow industry in India today. And excellence in fluid flow measurement technology in tomorrow's world will owe much to FCRI, for the institute is geared to meet the challenges of futuristic technology development.
Think about it. Fluid Control Research Institute is a resource for industry. So why not tap into this potent reservoir of resources and expertise? It might well be the wisest move you have made yet.